Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner, no Corey Tackman today. Doing it in a little different location here today as we try and get you a Morning Sports Desk fired off for you here on a Monday. We have, of course, our Amateur Hour Monday, where we are going to talk about everything going on in the local town baseball scene, because there's a lot happening. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Can't wait to talk about it all with you. But first, we are also going to talk a little high school and high school adjacent sports with some wrestling and steer wrestling updates. It's really crazy. It's really cool. I can't wait to talk about it. But first, we are going to talk about the good folks at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. They, of course, are the proud, we hope, sponsors of the Morning Sports Desk. And remember, Mondays aren't just half-price play Mondays at the FunZone Arcade, but you can make today a buffet day where you can get salad, appetizers, pizza, chicken, and dessert. It's all included, and of course, it's the Pizza Ranch, so you know that it is all oh so delicious. It's great. And by the way, you can go view the buffet hours on their website, on the Pizza Ranch mobile app, and can check out all the other great stuff too that they're offering for you at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. And of course, half-price play Mondays at the FunZone Arcade. Not only do you fill your belly up with the best pizza around, but you also get to play some of the best games around in the best arcade in town, in the FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Bunch of cool prizes you can win. Like last week, we gave away a Mookie Wilson autographed New York Mets jersey. That was really, really cool. So awesome. And just other stuff you can win. That's something you can win at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, along with a whole bunch of other great prizes. And more importantly, you just get to have a fun night out with your family, with your friends, just, hey, by yourself. Single dates at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade, something I definitely have done in the past before because it's just so darn great. The Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Go check them out. Okay, so let's talk a little local sports happenings here and what's going on in the listening area, because we've had a busy weekend. Why don't we start out with this little notable achievement here. Not only did Staples Motley get to see their team win a state title in Class A wrestling last year, not only did they see several individuals make deep runs in the individual wrestling tournament last winter, but now add national champion on top of that. This is courtesy of Pinnacle Wrestling. It's a picture of Gage Bjerga winning national champion. I can't believe it. Part of the USA wrestling event, of course. You could see him getting his award handed to him there by the Marine. But it's just so super cool to see this kind of come together. Of course, Gage Bjerga is a really, really good wrestler, and as evidenced by the state titles and things like that. But now getting to add that on top of it was great. There's a little interview that they do, that Minnesota and USA Wrestling do with Gage Bjerga, that we have shared on our Sports Cow page that you can go check out and see more things about. But obviously, as he wrestled in the 2025 U.S. Marine Corps Junior Nationals, Gage Bjerga won at his 132 weight class in the 16U men's Greco-Roman out of Minnesota. It's just so cool to get to see him go and do that and compete at this event, and to just get to be a part of these events and to get to do some of this stuff and showcase Staples Motley Wrestling. It's just really, really cool. Congratulations to Gage Bjerga, national champion in wrestling. And we know that Staples Motley Wrestling community is very passionate. They are super excited as they found out the news yesterday and kind of waking up this morning to the news. Just a really, really cool accomplishment. So once again, congrats to Gage Bjerga over there for getting that accomplishment. In other local sports news, we do need to talk about is the fact that we have once again another local wrestler making headlines, but not quite in the way you think. As we mentioned earlier, it's steer wrestling. How about that? We have a Parker's Prairie alum, Orran Hart, who ends up coming away with a top 5 finish in steer wrestling. Now, some of you may be out there like, what the heck is steer wrestling? What is going on? What is this? Well, Orran Hart, who's a Parker's Prairie grad this spring, placed 5th in the world in steer wrestling, a part of the national high school finals of rodeo in steer wrestling. The short go. He has the top 10 plaque, as you can see in the picture, but of course, getting a top 5 finish. There is a video if you go to our comment section and you check out on Sports Cow. If you're watching on YouTube, which you should, watch the Morning Sports Desk powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade on YouTube. You can see this picture of Orran up there getting his award, and then there's a little video in the comments that you can watch and see everything that's going on there with him. Just crazy to be top 5 in the world in anything, but in steer wrestling, it's just really, really cool. So congrats to him for getting that accomplishment there. Really cool. And of course, if you want to stay up to date on everything in local sports, you have to follow Sports Cow on Facebook. If Corey were here, he would give a big old moo for the occasion. One more thing as we wrap up the morning sports desk today, we have to check out Amateur Hour because we need to take a look at the local town ball teams in our listening area. This is the penultimate weekend of the regular season for everybody, but this is the final weekend of the regular season for the high 10, most of them, except for Bluffton, and the Resorters League, except for, I believe, Alexandria. But either way, the Lake and Pine still are playing next weekend, but really the Region 11C tournament starts next week, and we have a bracket up online at WadenaRadio.com and the Superstation K106 mobile app. Since we're here, we might as well flash it up on the screen and let you take a look just at the quick bracket here that's coming up for next week. As you can see, is the the high 10 and the Resorters League, a new look Region 11C this year. Normally the Region 14C and 11C, and they included in this region, they included the high 10 with the Lake and Pine. Now, instead of the Lake and Pine, it is the Resorters who are coming into this region, and the Lake and Pine teams are going into a different region that is 4C. They're going to be there with teams kind of up north in that neck of the woods, like the Red River Valley Baseball Association and things like that are kind of those teams, DLs, Rozos, your teams in that area are in that region 4C. So you can see this bracket here. This is, again, why you should watch the Morning Sports Desk on YouTube, because you can check out all the things going on, and you can just see it up on the screen, and it's taken care of for you. Otherwise, you can just go to WadenaRadio.com, Superstation K106 mobile app, and they have you taken care of there. So why don't we continue to look on our local sports scene here on the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Friday, July 18th. Here's our set of games. Burbank beat Ashby 4-2. Deer Creek over Clarissa 10-4. New York Mills beats Dent in a forfeit. And Perham over Henning 4-3. For Burbank, they end up finishing the regular season with an 11-3 record and a Resorters League title. Congratulations to them. Travis George throws 7 innings of 2-run ball. Evan Lundy goes deep for homer number 2 of the season in Deer Creek's victory over Clarissa. Austin Anderson was dealing for the Pirates on Friday night, getting 17 strikeouts in a 4-3 victory over Henning. Going over to Saturday, July 19th, Sauk Center gets a 12-6 victory over Alexandria. Detroit Lakes beats Midway 5-4 in 10 innings. They needed to go to extras for that one, but Brandon Johnson gets 2 RBIs in the dub for Detroit Lakes. And then they play the Dilworth Rail Dogs, do the Detroit Lakes Ligers in Midway. It's part of like a round robin kind of Saturday of baseball in Midway. A really cool setting between Dilworth, Detroit Lakes, and Midway. But it was Dilworth coming with a 9-7 victory there. And then they played Midway, and it was the Snurdbirds getting a 9-3 dub as they split in the 3-team round robin of baseball in Midway. Fun fact, courtesy of the Midway X account, the Snurdbirds have never lost to the Rail Dogs. Now, they have never played the Rail Dogs up until Saturday, but hey, you take the obscure stat where you can get it. So shout out to the Midway X account for giving us that little baseball nugget. In New York, Mills hosting Deer Creek in a doubleheader on Saturday. It was 2 victories for the Millers. They win game 1, 2-1, and then blank the Shockers in game 2, 1-0. Nolan Coyle and Ashton Detloff battled in each game for the Shockers. They went the distance in each one and only allowed a total of 3 runs combined, which is a great afternoon for them. They had just unfortunately had the Millers pitching being just a step better in that one. Clarissa beats Henning 6-1 as Ryan Rydell throws a gem of his own with a complete game performance while allowing just 1 run. With the win, Clarissa clinches the 4 seed in the high 10 in the Region 11C playoffs next week. On Sunday, July 20th, Perham with the 15-0 victory over Vergas in Game 1, then a 10-1 victory over Vergas in Game 2. Roseau plays Detroit Lakes in Holly on Sunday, and it was a 9-4 victory for the Royals of Roseau over the Ligers of Detroit Lakes. Again, that game was played in Holly. We have, once again, a look at the high 10 as Bluffton comes away with the title. Nimrod and Midway tied 1-0, in the Lake and Pine standings as well. And the Bombers of Urbank win your Resorters League title. Outside of that, I think that's everything, as we are going to do a full kind of deep dive into the bracket next week, but you can get a sneak peek of it now by going to WadenaRadio.com, the Superstation K106 mobile app, or by finding Sports Cow on Facebook. And remember, Amateur Hour Town Ball Tour 2025, we will be getting some playoff coverage, the dates, the locations, the times, the opponents, all of that still to be determined. Keep up to date by following Sports Cow on Facebook, by going to WadenaRadio.com and the Superstation K106 mobile app for getting your latest updates on Amateur Hour. I'm CJ Baumgartner. I'll see you next time.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.